Hey guys, Aces here, answering yet another affiliate marketing question, which is, how many niches or products should I be promoting? All right, guys, so reporting back to you guys here from my car. I wanted to take a quick minute here to just answer this common question, which is, how many products or how many niches should I be involved with when starting my affiliate marketing business? So, I think that this question stems from, a lot of business minds and a lot of leaders and stuff like that talk about having multiple sources of income, right? They talk about if you want to scale your business, if you want to, scale your business in a safe way, that you want to have multiple sources of income. And even though I don't disagree with the idea of multiple sources of income, because it makes, business sense that you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, right? That you don't want to have to be dependent on only one source of anything really when you're building your business, because in case that one source dries up for you or crashes for whatever reason, that you have other ones to back you up, right? But the thing is that I don't necessarily agree with how most people approach trying to achieve multiple sources of income, because what happens a lot of the time, guys, is that a lot of people, when they're just getting started, are trying to build multiple sources of income right from the gate, right? They're trying to, promote this product and that product, or this opportunity and that opportunity all at one time. And the problem is that most people, as you probably already know, aren't super successful when it comes to affiliate marketing or business in general, right? And if they're having a hard enough time, having one source of income work or having one business work, you're going to have a hard time trying to balance 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 or however number of, products and services you're actually, trying to get involved with. And so what I would suggest that you do, and what I think makes a lot more sense, is that you focus on one thing, right? You focus on one product or one niche, right? One business opportunity to promote. And this is for a variety of reasons. One is it makes it way easier for you to be promoting one product, right? You don't only have to focus on one lane, right? You have to stay in your lane, and your content ideas come a lot faster, right? Come a lot easier because you're focusing on just one topic. So you can go ahead and just be creating content around that one idea, around that one thing. So in that sense, you only have to worry about one thing versus having to, create products or contents around 5 or 6 things or whatever it is, right? 2, it makes it a little easier for your viewer, right? For the people who are following you, because if you guys have been following me, right, in regards to the content I've been sharing with you here, I've talked a lot about creating content around your niche, right? Creating content around your product, so that way people are attracted to you, right? And so if you're doing that and you're promoting, multiple products, what you're doing is you're confusing your end viewer, right? You're confusing them because they don't really know what they should be buying. They don't know what they should be, getting involved with, right? And so you'll notice this if you're promoting different products, people will be like, well, which one should I promote? Especially if you're doing multiple business opportunities, guys. Because if you're completely in promoting more than one business, then what happens? People is like, well, you're telling me this business is good, but you're also telling me this other business is good. So I don't know which one I should be picking, right? And a confused mind chooses to do nothing, right? A confused mind chooses to just stay where they are because they'd rather stay where they are than jump into something they're not sure about, right? And so what you want to do, guys, is you want to make sure that you're clear on your message, that you're clear on what product or niche you're going to be involved with, right? And then kind of go from there. Now, like I said, this is obviously a little bit different if you're selling maybe physical products and stuff like that. But again, you want to kind of stick around the same sort of niche, right? In terms of the same type of stuff that you're selling, because then that way you can create content and do things around that, right? So for example, I think a few videos ago, I was talking about how if you had a passion for fishing, right? And you can create a lot of content around fishing, right? You can sell multiple products, physical products that have to do with fishing, because you're still sticking to the one niche, right? You're just talking about fishing all the time. Whether it's different products, that's fine. But when it comes to say maybe selling different business opportunities and stuff like that, you definitely don't want to be promoting more than one at the same time, just because of the fact that again, you're going to be confusing your end user. Now, this isn't to say that you can't add a secondary product or a secondary business opportunity to your stream later on. But the thing is that if you focus just on one thing, guys, it'll make it a lot easier for you to basically scale up your business, because people will see that you're talking about the same thing time and time and time and time again. And sometimes, guys, people need to be reminded or need to see that you're consistent in your message, that you don't waver from that one product or that one service or that one business opportunity, so that they see for a fact, and they see it in front of them, that you're true to what you've been teaching, right? That you're true to whatever it is that you're talking about. Because Because there's enough of, there's enough gurus, there's enough leaders, there's enough, marketing experts or whatever you want to call out there that talk about, how amazing this product is or how amazing that product is, but they switch up their product every week, right? And so a lot of people are skeptical because they follow these people and they get emails, they get bombarded by different ads and all this other stuff promoting all this different products. And so what happens is people they're very cautious of what they want to get involved with, because they're like, well, this guy's promoting this thing right now, but in a couple of weeks from now he's going to be promoting something else because he just wants to make more money, right? So people are going to be super skeptical that way, and I'm sure you would probably feel the same way, right? And so if you're consistent with your product, you're consistent in your content about that one product or that one service or whatever the case is, right? Then people will see that, you're in this for the long run, that you're serious about this, and that they see that your success is coming from that one thing, right? And so it makes a lot more sense that way to a person, right? Because something that I always say, guys, is that, every day is the right day for somebody to buy, right? And so as we've talked about before, right, if you're thinking about the follow-up process of getting somebody to buy your product or your service, people need different amounts of exposure to your product or service before they decide to buy. The kind of the marketing standard is somewhere between, I think, 5 to 12 exposures, meaning that somebody needs to hear about your product or needs to know about your product or needs to research your product anywhere between 5 to 12 times before they make a buying decision, right? Before they decide, I'm going to get involved with this, I'm going to buy this, right? Or I'm going to follow this person, I'm going to sign up to their business opportunity or whatever the case is, right? And so if you're only promoting something once or for a little bit of time, right? Maybe by the time the person decides that they want to buy that product and you're already promoting something else, then they have to go back through that cycle again, right? And they have to go all the way back from the beginning and be like, well, what's this new product now that I need to research? And then you basically never give yourself the opportunity to get people to buy into that idea, right? And so that's why you want to kind of focus on one thing. And the same thing happens, guys, when it comes to how you want to generate your traffic, right? What I mean by this, guys, is when you're creating your content, you also want to focus just on the one thing, right? You want to focus on just one type of source for your traffic, right? Because something that I see often enough as well is people try to do the Gary Vaynerchuk effect, right? Gary Vaynerchuk, if you follow him, you probably see that he's literally everywhere, right? He's on Instagram, he's on Twitter, he's on Facebook, he's on YouTube, he's on everywhere, right? He's got videos and content everywhere. And a lot of people think to themselves, well, if I want to, get myself out there and I want to brand myself, I want to do all this stuff, I got to be on, I got to be on Facebook, I got to be on YouTube, I got to be on all these different platforms. And that's not necessarily true, right? You don't have to be on all these platforms. The reason why Gary Vaynerchuk can do that is because he literally has a team behind him that is helping him create this content, right? He's got a person full-time just literally recording his life, right? Documenting his life. And so that person helps edit different content for different platforms and all that stuff, right? And then his team helps push that content out to the world. And so he literally has a team doing it for him, right? But for you as a person who's just literally getting started, it's impossible. I'm telling you guys, it's impossible for you to try and be everywhere and promote on Facebook, promote on YouTube. And if you try to do that, either one of two things is going to happen. One, you're going to half-ass it, which means that you're probably going to try and kind of syndicate your stuff, meaning you're going to maybe create one piece of content and try to chop it up into different platforms. And the thing is that if you're just creating one general piece of content and trying to split it up among a bunch of different platforms, it just doesn't work as well. It doesn't work as effectively because every platform has a little bit of a different language, has a different way of promoting itself, right? Instagram is completely different than trying to promote on Facebook, right? Facebook, you can create long 20-minute, 30-minute videos and people will sit there and watch it, but there's no way you're going to get somebody to watch a 20-minute video on Instagram. Maybe now you can get longer form content on things like IGTV and stuff like that, right? But the point is, though, is that it's just a different platform, right? It's a different way that people consume content, right? And so you can't do that. And so if you're trying to do things from the get-go and trying to be on every platform, you're going to half-ass it. And because you half-ass it, you're going to get half-ass results, right? Or the second thing is going to happen, guys, where you're just going to be super overwhelmed because there's just so much content you're trying. Even if you're trying to create individual content for each individual platform, you're just going to get overwhelmed and you're just going to be like, I can't do this. After a week of doing it, you're going to be like, I can't even do this anymore. Right? But if you focus and become an expert on one platform, right, and you just go down and focus onto let's say just YouTube, or you focus on just doing Facebook live streams, or you focus on just doing Instagram or whatever the case is, right, and you're creating consistent content around your niche, around your one product, around your one service on that one platform, I guarantee you guys that you can easily grow your business, and be able to start making a full-time income from that one platform, from that one business opportunity, from that one thing, because you focused on that one thing, right? If you pay attention, guys, again, like the best way to know what to do in business is by focusing and seeing what other people are doing, right? Look at the mentors and the gurus that you follow, the people that you idolize, people that you want to be like, right? And look at how they run their business. If you pay attention, right, there's very, very few gurus or leaders out there who are on multiple platforms, like full on, right? And usually it's because they have a team behind them that's going to help them do that. Most of them will probably be on one particular platform, right? They have one platform where they probably make 80% of their results, and that's the one that they pretty much focus most of their time on, where they create their best content for. And then they kind of sprinkle around the internet just to kind of have awareness everywhere else, and that probably gets them maybe 20% of the results. But I guarantee you 80% of the results is coming from one platform, from one thing, right? Pay attention, right? Because I guarantee you that's basically the way it is. Think of even Gary Vaynerchuk. When he first started, what was his thing? Right? He talks about, like, if you listen to his story, right? Now he's everywhere because he has a team to do it. But when he first started, he talks about how he literally created, I can't remember how many videos. He was, I think, on YouTube creating, I think, weekly videos, if not maybe more often, right? For over a year, I think for like a year and a half or something, before anybody started to pay attention. But he was relentless, right? He was consistent. He was there every single week creating videos, right? And people kept telling him, it's like, clearly you're not getting results. Why the hell are you wasting your time with this? And he's like, because I know where this is going. I see the potential in this, and I know that this is going to be successful. And guess what happened? That's exactly what happened, right? Once people started finding out about him, and they saw that he had all this backlog content, people started binge watching his content, right? And he became this, and it helped explode his business, right? If you go back and hear his story, that's basically what happened, right? He was consistent on YouTube forever, right? And that's where everything stemmed from. Then he became obsessed with other platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, like Twitter, right? But it all started by him focusing and becoming relentless on one platform. He did it all on YouTube and went from there. So again, guys, if you want to see success, success leaves clues, but you have to know how to look for it, right? Don't just do what other people say necessarily, but look at what they're doing and see what they're doing. If you look at what I'm doing, right, if you want to use me as an example, I am going completely on YouTube, right? YouTube is my main source, right? That's where you see most of my content. This is where I spend most of my time. This is where I engage with my community. This is what I do, right? And this is what I will be doing for the foreseeable future, right? Until I decide, you know what, I'm finally built my YouTube channel, and I built up my YouTube following, and I built up my YouTube basically business to the level that I want to. Now I can start focusing on method number 2, which might be Facebook, or it could be Instagram, or whatever. I haven't decided at this point, because I don't care. I don't have a plan B right now. My plan A is my only plan right now, and my plan A is completely going 100% down on YouTube. This is how I'm going to be building my business. All right, guys? And so, kind of like I talked about before, right, is once you've decided your one platform, once you've decided on your one product or service, your one product business opportunity, whatever it is, right, you go down on it and you just focus on it 100%, right? And so that's kind of what you want to do. All right, guys, so hopefully this video was helpful to you in regards to helping you focus on just the one thing, and I really hope to see some of your success. And let me know, guys, if you're getting results from this stuff, if you're liking these videos, if you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments. I'd love to be able to answer them for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.